So I'm delighted to be with Leonard de Jong, who is the Chief Commercial Officer of the citizenM Hotel Group.
Thank you, Ali. I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah. Oh, well, great. Well, I've been inspired watching what you've been doing commercially, and I would love to start by talking to you about your focus on being a customer-centric company and how that spirals out to product, services, experience, location.
Well, this wasn't something that we woke up to one day and said, well, let's be customer centric. It was actually the reason that we started citizenM and that we called it citizenM 15 years ago. And if you look at the current hotel industry, I think there's a lot of companies that do something for everyone, and we always wanted to be everything for someone, those mobile citizens of the world, so people that travel a lot. And we looked at their frustrations and basically build up our brand according to those frustrations on the locations where they're expecting us to be. And that customer centricity again then leads to the type of locations, the type of services that you offer, the type of room that you've built. The fact that we do self-check-in, as an example, from 2008 when our first hotel opened, we had self-check-in. And a lot of people thought, wow, this is a very smart, cost-efficient way of doing check-in. But for us, it was a very human way of checking people in, because you give people control over a process, and the human being is next to the person rather than in between you and getting the hotel room. And so that customer centricity has been there from the beginning, and we've been building our company hotel by hotel on top of that.
Yeah, no, that's great to have that focus on the customer and then rolling the commercial applications from there. So that leads me into the second thing, which I've been delighted to see that you follow this approach as well around customer lifetime value, which is about trying to drive loyalty in your customer lifetime with you instead of just a transaction. In gyms where I used to work, we were definitely always looking at how to increase the profitability over the lifetime. For instance, getting a membership from 18 months to be 22 months with extra revenue in it, like personal trainers. So yeah, would be lovely to hear about your focus on customer lifetime value and how through your business model you've evolved that with subscriptions and stuff.
Yeah, I think the subscriptions is really the outcome of our journey, and it's a very logical next step for us. We were asked a lot of times already, why don't you have a loyalty program? And our loyalty program is our experience to some extent. The choice of locations, the type of service we offer, the human-centric approach by the people on the front line. That's what is making people come back if you are part of this target audience called mobile citizens. And giving a loyalty program free just to people, say here's a loyalty card and now start redeeming, and you never know when you will hit a free room night or something, and bribing people basically to spend the company's money for a private benefit, that didn't work for us. So we've been building up the company, and you can imagine if you're in 2008 offering one hotel at the airport, the business model of subscriptions is really far away. But we have 21 locations now across all the continents in the big cities of the world, and we have another 15 coming. So for us, now the time is ripe to go to those mobile citizens and say, you know what, instead of just using us, why don't we become a little bit more deliberate on the relationship you have with our brand? And for us, that starts with a little investment on their side, the subscription. And so during the pandemic, we launched 2 subscriptions. One is a corporate subscription, which is really meant for us to have a conversation with the companies right now, but it will be consumed post-pandemic because it includes a couple of free nights per month. But we also launched a global passport, which is basically an all-you-can-stay subscription for people that are just looking for an alternative right now. And when they're locked up in their homes, they could also cancel their apartment and go live somewhere else. And so for us, it's a very logical consequence after 15 years of looking at occupancies and average daily rates and RevPARs. Now let's turn around, let's look at those people. We're there in 21 cities, 15 more coming. And how can we have this deliberate relationships like you see in other industries, in gyms, for example. Yeah, we definitely want to go that direction.
Yeah, it's very smart and yeah, impressive to see you doing these corporate subscriptions. You know, it also, I like how you're maximizing revenues, like say, being a hotel business with your public spaces and offering your product called Working Pass, which is a €15 to give people unlimited tea and coffee. Do you want to just mention a bit about that as well?
If you look at the use of hotel living rooms, and I think that's also one of the things that we saw when people were working from remote. At some point, you want to get rid of the dog or the crying baby and find a different place to work. We've always offered this, and you know, one of the things that we've observed over the last couple of years was an increased demand from people, you know, just walking in and using that space without ever having a relationship with us. They're, you know, not necessarily mobile citizens, just walking from the street. So last year we started already introducing in popular spots like London Shoreditch, but actually in all of our hotels, as a matter of fact, working for a fixed amount, you know, per day. You can work from our living room. And, yeah, become part of this community.
Yeah, I think it's very smart. Hotels are businesses, and you know, making that relationship with the customers and building them into a sort of program and charging, you know, a fee. And then finally, Leonard, would like to talk to you about digital versus human and what your thoughts are on that.
Well, we absolutely believe in digitizing processes, but the benefit of it should be that the human being gets more time to be with the other human being. So when people, especially hoteliers, said this whole self-check-in in 2008 is ridiculous. This is taking out the age from hospitality. We really wondered, like, this transaction that you do with another human being at another front desk is not a human service. It's just a human being doing something what a computer can do. If you now think about a self-check-in process where you already on your app or on our self-check-in kiosks, you know, are in charge of the process. You don't have to wait for it. You can start it whenever you want, not whenever the queue is gone. And there's a friendly human being, just like in the Apple store, walking towards you and saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" And that is absolutely where we want to be. We want to digitize as much as possible so our ambassadors on the floor can focus on the human beings. And that also allows us to hire different human beings, because you don't need to be trained in all kinds of systems. That if you press command X, Y, whatever in a normal property management system, the magic happens. No, they don't need to know that because we've organized that. And so as an example, in New York at Times Square, most of the staff that we have there are actors and actresses. They're fantastic, genuine human beings. Yeah. And that's what frequent travelers are looking for. They don't want to be a number. They don't want to take part in the process. They have needs. They have a human need. And yeah, we love to cater to that.
Yeah, very, very good. So thank you very much, Lena. It's brilliant to have chatted with you. I love the citizenM focus on customer centricity and commercially applying that. It's very smart. I look forward to seeing what else you do, and wanted to thank you for the very interesting discussion.
Well, thank you for having me, Ali, and same here. I'm also looking forward to what the future will bring. It's a lot of uncertainty, unfortunately, of course, at the moment, but we also have a lot of fun in creating these new business models. Temporary pause is allowing for creativity to happen.
Yeah, and that's a great outlook, like you say, remembering to have fun and be creative and think positively to adapt. So yeah, love it. Thank you very much.